Systems of equations. What is a system of linear equations? A system of linear equations is a collection of linear equations involving the same set of variables. Here, you see some examples. The equations in red are part of one system, and the blue is another. What is a solution to a system of equations? A solution to a system of linear equations is the point where the lines intersect. Look at the exact point where the lines intersect. That point of intersection is the solution. The equation y equals mx plus b is slope-intercept form. The variable m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Slope represents a rate of change or can be thought of as rise over run. The y-intercept is the exact point where the y-axis is crossed. Let's review how to solve for the y variable. In this equation, you want to get y by itself. You want to get all the numbers and letters away from y. The first step is to move negative 2x by adding 2x to both sides of the equal sign. The negative 2x will cancel out on the left side. You will be left with y equals 2x plus 7. Notice that y has been isolated. This is the equation that will be graphed. If there is only one solution, the solution is the point where the lines intersect. If there is an infinite amount of solutions, the two lines are exactly the same. If there is no solution, the two lines never touch and will be parallel. Let's practice. First, graph y equals 3x minus 2. Use the y-intercept negative 2 as the starting point. Put a point at negative 2 on the y-axis. The slope is 3, so write 3 over 1 so it's in fraction form. This means you would rise 3 from the y-intercept and run over one spot. Draw the line between these 2 points. For negative 6x plus 2y equals negative 2, you want to get y alone. The first step is to add 6x to both sides of the equal sign. The 6x cancels out on the left side, and you're left with 2y equals 6x minus 2. The last step is to divide everything by 2 on both sides. The 2 crosses out on the left side, and you're left with y equals 3x minus 1. You want to graph this equation. Use the y-intercept negative 1 as a starting point. Put a point at negative 1 on the y-axis. Your slope tells you to rise 3 spots from the y-intercept and move 1 spot over. Draw your line through these points. Notice the lines never meet and are parallel. This means there is no solution. Let's practice again. First, graph y equals negative 3x minus 1 by using the slope and y-intercept. The line should look like this. With x minus 2y equals negative 5, you'll need to get y alone. First, subtract the x on both sides. The x will cancel out on the left side, and you'll be left with negative 2y equals negative x minus 5. Finally, divide both sides by negative 2. The negative 2 crosses out on the left, and y equals x divided by 2 plus 5 divided by 2 is the equation. Graph this equation by using the slope and y-intercept. The line should look like this. The two lines cross at coordinates negative 1, 2. So this is the solution to the system. Last practice. Graph y equals 3x plus 3 first, since y is already alone. The line should look like this. With x minus 2y equals 1, you'll need to get y alone. First, subtract x on both sides. X cancels out on the left side. You're left with negative 2y equals negative x plus 1. Divide both sides by negative 2. The negative 2 crosses out on the left, and you're left with y equals x divided by 2 minus half. Graph the equation. It should look like the blue line. The solution is 1, 0.